Hi, welcome to Sites Family Farms. Today we have our third installation of the week-by-week garden planning series. This will be a shorter video, but some of the very important preparation for this year can be done now in the next coming weeks. This is for weeks 13 and 14 before your last frost date. For us in Zone 5B, in our area, that's January 23rd. So there was not a whole lot we can really plant, but if we are going to keep herbs inside, this is a good week to plant dill and cilantro. They're very quick growing, but they do need a lot of light. If you plant them much earlier than now, by the time they're ready to go into the windows, they won't have enough light coming in outside. Your areas may vary, but we are in northern Indiana, so we don't have as many options. Some of the other preparation we can do is more construction based. This is a great time to start building the cold frames for your planting. What they really do is they can help extend the season early and late by having a wooden box with either plexiglass or a window on top of them that allows light to come in but keeps some heat in there overnight. Another method people use, especially if you do a lot of raised beds, is a low tunnel with greenhouse plastic. The easiest way to do that is with small PVC hangers and flexible PVC or PEX, creating a loop and putting greenhouse plastic over top of that. That's another great way to do it. It's very cost effective and can be done in just a couple of minutes per raised bed. Speaking of raised beds, this is a great time of year to start preparing the garden soil itself. If you have not done a garden soil test to test your pH, this is a great time to do it when you're not trying to put plants in there. See if you need to add some acidity or some base and what other things you might need that you're missing. You can either purchase a pH tester or even take a sample to your local extension office. They will take that sample, test it, and let you know what your soil is high in, low in, what you might need to amend, what problems that could cause. If you do no-till method like we do a Ruth Stout or a modified Ruth Stout method. This is a great time to cover those beds with hay and straw. We're using straw this year. We've used hay before. I've always been told that hay will lead to a ton of weeds. We didn't have that experience, but everybody's experience is a little different. I try to get that back on the garden as soon as the end of the season comes, but it'll blow away a little bit. Some of it compacts, it decomposes as it's supposed to, and this is a great time to just continue to freshen it up. This time of year, if you keep chickens and bed with straw, this is a perfect time to do that. To take that straw from the chicken house, put it in there, because chicken manure cannot go directly into the garden, but by overwintering, it'll compost enough to where it won't burn the plants in the spring. If you have a raised bed garden, this is a great time of year to build any new raised beds that you might need. We're going to be adding 3 to our existing 24 or 26 raised beds this year, and that's something that I will be doing this week and getting that ready for the coming season. I've already had ground cover on there, so I'm not too concerned about that. But last year we started with ground cover even in the early spring, and we're still successful. It just took an extra layer of cardboard and then the wet hay or straw. If you have a non-raised bed, more traditional tilled garden, we always have issues with our silage tarps coming off because I tarp over winter. We live in a rural area that doesn't have a lot of tree growth around us, and so we do deal with a lot of wind. I check that pretty regularly, but once every week or 2 weeks, I try to make a walk down there, see if we're holding water anywhere specifically, if I need to add more weight to it, anything like that. In the future, I think I might do a cover crop on part of it as a test. If you have any recommendations for that, I'd love to see them down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.